With spring football rapidly approaching, WVU has unfortunately lost 2 more players to the transfer portal, including a defensive starter. Let's go. What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Jordan Cruz back here with the Country Roads webcast. And before I get into this video, I just want to give you a quick reminder. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us. Helps us, it helps you, helps the channel grow, and we want to be able to get this Mountaineer football content out to all of Mountaineer Nation. That being said, let's get into it. During the spring is when you see a lot of transfers happen, but usually it comes after spring practice. Unfortunately for WVU, it's hitting early. Just this week, West Virginia has now lost 2 more players to the transfer portal, 1 on offense and 1 on defense. Offensively, tight end Charles Finley has decided to enter the transfer portal. He was a sophomore last season, saw minimal playing time, usually when Banks was out and O'Loughlin was out, though he did get action there late season. Still, you hate to lose bodies at a position you're trying to develop there at tight end. But the good news for West Virginia is I think that Finley chose to leave because I think the players that West Virginia brought in this past class, and Victor Wickstrom and Traylon Davis, were more aptly sized to get early playing time at that position, and maybe have kind of shown that their writing is on the wall, that they may be passing Finley on the depth chart there. So I think that's something to look at with that situation, as well as West Virginia bringing in the transfer tight end Brian Palendi from Colorado State, who's definitely going to probably be the number 2 tight end behind Mike O'Loughlin, it seems. And then, of course, Mike O'Loughlin returning from injury. I think Charles Finley maybe felt like he was a little down in the pecking order, and that's why he decides to leave. So his departure doesn't seem to sting as bad as the one on defense. And that one is Daryl Porter. If you ever listen to the Country Roads webcast, you know it's a podcast we've had going since 2018. We've been trying to get this YouTube side up here in recent years as well. But I've been a big fan of Daryl Porter since he came on campus. I've called him a lockdown corner. I thought last season he showed some tremendous upside. But I think what happened with Daryl Porter is this. I think Charles Woods is coming back. I think Nick Troy Fortune will be back from the injury as well. And I hate to say it, but I think in the short amount of time that we saw Charles Woods, he kind of outperformed what Daryl Porter did from a aggression standpoint. You know, was jumping routes, getting more interceptions, and causing turnovers, and was really a big spark plug there. And so I think that his decision to come back for one more season affects Porter wanting to enter the transfer portal, as well as the addition of Marcus Floyd, the FCS All-American corner that West Virginia added in the offseason as a transfer. That also puts him down a little bit in the pecking order as well, I believe. When you look at the fact that Charles Woods was an FCS All-American and he had a big impact, I think Floyd can have an impact as well. And then, of course, you'll have Nick Troy Fortune coming back from injury. So maybe Porter was a little bit worried about being able to hold on to his starting spot. But I like Porter's potential, and it's a little bit of a shock this one comes as, I think, especially this late in the game, getting close to the start of spring practice, to see a starter or a potential starter rather, a presumed starter in Daryl Porter enter the transfer portal. And he announced that on his Twitter with just a very simple saying he will be entering the transfer portal. Just as simple as that is all he has said. So it looks like West Virginia will lose a corner and a tight end to the portal. I've said it many times, I'll say it again, the portal giveth and the portal taketh away. Which leads me to my question for you guys. How do you feel about the transfer portal? I know in cases it's good, but in other cases it's bad. Hate to report guys leaving, hate to see guys leaving. But, you know, I do wish these guys luck, and I hope I'll be rooting for them wherever they land, because it is once a Mountaineer, always a Mountaineer, right? So you always got to go with that, and I hope Daryl Porter has a good career, and I think he's got the potential to. Hate to see him leave, but rooting for him wherever he goes. But let us know in the comments, what are your guys' thoughts on the departure of these 2 young men, and what are your thoughts on the transfer portal in general? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Either way you feel, let us know in the comments. And one more time here at the Country Roads webcast, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button as we continue to try and grow this YouTube channel up throughout Mountaineer Nation and reach all of you guys with this Mountaineer football content. That being said, as always, I'm Jordan Cruz, and until next time, let's go Mountaineers. I don't want to see your face up close.